For the congressional seat being vacated by Congressman Richard Hanna. And John has been waiting for quite a while on the line, John in Utica, with a question for Kim. Go ahead, John. You're on the radio.
Thanks. Kim, in regards to the borders and in regards to Kate's Law, I just was curious where you stand on those two things. Thank you.
Clearly, I hope that there's nobody in this country that doesn't completely understand that we definitely need to secure our borders. And we need to find out and maintain who is in our country that would do us harm. You know, national security is something that is in the forefront. You know, we need to keep our citizens as safe as we possibly can. And securing our borders is something that somebody who is here undocumented that commits a serious crime, they should be definitely deported and they should not be allowed back into the country. And it seems to me that we do have the technology, we have the ability through securing the borders to decide and see who's coming in our borders and flag somebody that you've been convicted of a serious crime, you're not getting back in.
Got it. And the wall, going as far as Donald Trump's wall?
There's been told by my opponent that she thinks is really just a virtual wall. But if you listen to Mr. Trump, he has identified literally building a physical wall.
Well, it's going to be beautiful.
It is going to be a nice wall. But if you really look at the reality of that and look at the topography and that is not possible. And it does disturb me that people will buy into something that's not a reality, but it does speak to me about the fear that people in this country do have. And that is something that it has to be taken serious and that we do need to address, that people are fearful. But making them more afraid of something, I don't think is the answer.
Are you worried right now where we are? I mean, it seems that we have protests in the streets over the Black Lives Matter. We're now having police officers shot at and in some cases shot and killed. And I do get a little worried when those incidents happen and they don't become big news, because they're not right now. All of a sudden it's becoming the norm. Are you worried? And where do you stand on Black Lives Matter?
I absolutely 100% agree with you. And I have said the same thing, that we are getting desensitized to these type of activities, and that's even more disturbing. And we need to, as I said before, we need to come together. We need to sit down at the table with Black Lives Matter, with police officers. We need to look at where is the disconnect? What is the root cause of it? Not just blaming each other, pointing the fingers, and being outraged for the 5-second news report and then going back to our lives and then being shocked, or now, as you said, not being so shocked when it happens over and over again. Yeah. If something like this is, we need to make it a priority, but in order to fix it, we have to sit down and get to what is the root problem of it. All
right. People should vote for you. Why?
People should vote for me because I am somebody who is committed to this area, lived here my whole life. As I say, I'm going to be buried next to my parents and my grandparents in this area. I know what we need in this area. We need jobs. We need people to be able to have a great quality of life here. I have great ideas of how we can do that. We need somebody to go to Washington that just has common sense, along with experience, as I have, of working with all people and to come to the mutual benefit of everyone. And I know that I can bring common sense to Washington and to bring home what we need here in the 22nd District.
Mr. Babnick, Ms. Tenney, and you, will there be a debate? Will you be willing to participate?
I'm looking and keeping all my options open. I couldn't tell you. I have great people on my staff who are looking into all possibilities and things that come our way, and we'll see where that ends up.
If you look at debate in the dictionary, I think it comes falls under lion's den. So it could be interesting. So we hope to see that. I think that would be a positive. So
thank you,
Kim Myers, thanks so much for taking the time, extended time with us this morning in studio. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.